There's a look at downtown Los Angeles. We are nearly ready for the...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. They've got Harris. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the one. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the five, roaming the paint. Irving kicks to Durant. Jordan dishes to Durant. Irving passes to Durant.
Hey, yo, right here.
Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
On the wing, Irving. Outside, KD. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Jackson. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Outside, George. Here's the three. And it's James Harden with the rebound. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. There's the three. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Irving.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Now, here's Zubac. Down low, here's Leonard. The shot misses. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Lobbed up there for Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
Like the connection there. KD has his teammates looking out for him. An outstanding alley-oop that time.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here's Jackson. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Morris looking over the floor. Zubac finds Morris. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Unreal.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
George against Irving. Here's Leonard. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
There's the lob to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And Harden never seen a shot he didn't like. And boy, is he comfortable gunning it from there.
George dishes to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard the pass to George. Back to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Takes the 13-footer. Rejected by Harris. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. Green comes in for Harris. It's deflected. Harden dishes to Griffin. On the wing, Harden. Oh, Griffin in position. That shot off the mark.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Nets.
probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
1:02 left to play here in the first. Shoots off the step back. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
On the wing, George. Defended by Durant. Three-pointer. They get it back.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Outside, KD. On the wing, Green. Pass to Harden.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Kennard, the pass to Cousins. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. Now off the inbound. Rebound, Brooklyn.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Green. Oh!
No goodness.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Cousins inside. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Durant. And here are the Nets. In the corner, Harden takes the 3. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Kennard, the pass to Batum. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Leonard in for Kennard. The Nets also changing it up. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Good.
Well, Kyrie has tremendous talent, but everybody gets enamored with the way that he handles the basketball. So showing you highlight stuff there.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Pass to man. And again, no good by the Clippers. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Brown outside. Jordan kicks to Brown. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Dishes it to Morris. They get the rebound. Pass to man. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Morris inside. Guarded by Jordan. Morris, no good.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. And a change for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. It's stolen by Harris. And finished off by Griffin.
And this is why you keep your ticket stub, Blake Griffin, on the jam.
Jackson against Brown. Jackson dishes to Beverly. A floater. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Zubac.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And a wide open look for Irving. Drills it from outside. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Brown against Jackson. Inside, Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Pops it up for Jordan.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
We've got 1:08 left to play here in the second quarter. Now Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Now the pass to Leonard. Again, the Clippers.
Now the offense sort of works itself out to a lot of mid-range shots, and Kawhi getting dangerous from that spot.
Irving passes to Brown. On the wing, Harris. He's covered by Leonard. Harris, bounce pass. Jordan finds Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Beverly. Goes back up. Here's Jordan. Nice move. The kick out to Irving. Oh, Griffin in position.
Well, Kyrie Irving being unselfish there, making a nice play for his guys.
Here's Jackson. Now the dish to Morris. Pass to Beverly. Back to Morris. Jackson from long range. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. And as great as James Harden has been, his game has attracted his share of critics, they say. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Morris in at the power forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. That 3 off the mark. Nets leading by 5. Harden kicks to Irving. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Just 4 to shoot. And here's Harris from the arc. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And then Durant with the dunk.
Yeah, great to see Kyrie Irving getting after it on the defensive end, showing how quick those hands could be, not with the ball handling, but knocking the ball away.
Outside for George. He dishes it to Cousins. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. In the corner, Irving with it. Alley-oop try. Knocks it loose.
Oh, and that would have been a spectacular alley-oop. Really difficult to get the timing right on those long ones.
Morris, no good.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. High post shot. Jordan the pass to Harden. And the rejection by Cousins.
Well, offensively, you better respect the reach of DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific at getting a hand on that one and swatting it away.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
It's Durant on the wing. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Irving passes to Jordan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Back to Jackson. To the paint. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's George. Unable to get that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Leonard the pass to Cousins. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard no luck.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Irving for 3. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu-Cabarrot, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Brown in for Irving.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. Harden finds Shamet. Clock is at 3. Here's Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Beverly against Harden. Beverly dishes to Patterson. And he makes that one. Patterson's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter, this time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Pass to Brown. 14 feet away. Misses off the right iron. Clippers trail by 4. And Batum kicks to Patterson. The 3. Passes to Beverly. Kennard on the wing. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Nets. He gets it up. No good. Shot missing. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Nets lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin, and it's Durant, and it's Claxton in at the 4. For 3, Durant. Batum grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And that one's good. Beverly.
That's all about balance there. You focus on the rim no matter what's happening around you. And Patrick Beverly knocks one down.
Harden with it. Outside Irving. Over Beverly. And the rejection by Zubac. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Rajon Rondo. The Nets also changing it up. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Here's Beverly. Out to Morris to take the lead. They grab their own miss.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Beverly, and that one is hammered home.
He's attacking right now. Patrick Beverly just getting fired up, and his team is doing the same.
Griffin finds Irving. Back to Griffin. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Morris into the lane. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the 4th. Shamet on the wing. Harris outside. Outside Griffin. Back to Harris. Over Leonard. Harris's shot is off for Los Angeles. They've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Back to Morris. Beyond the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Morris has got the lead up to 5 now for Los Angeles.
Important points from Morris. When he's feeling it, will step up and take control.
Irving passes to Harris. Now Griffin. He's guarded by Cousins. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And foul called. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're behind by 6. 1:56 left to play in the final quarter. Now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Harden against George. On the wing, George. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 6.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
Now here's Durant. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, coming off the pick and roll with that length, KD makes so many good decisions.
George looking over the floor. 59 seconds left in the fourth. Kicks it to Cousins. The pass to Zubac. Cousins trying to free himself up. The layup off target.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Now, you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
This is to George. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by the Nets.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Pass to Jordan. Cousins pulls it in. Leonard fires away from outside. It's in.
Yeah, that's a shot most guys are just not even going to take, but Leonard is confident in that lead.
So it's Los Angeles. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles. And before we...
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and there's Jackson, and it's Morris in at the small forward position.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Now here is Holiday. Lopez uses the glass to finish the layup.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
And here's Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard from deep. Another shot. Zubac, that's good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Middleton. Second shot opportunity. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
It's all about Antetokounmpo. Goes up. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And an incredible display of awareness there. Giannis, a great read on the defensive end and understands this team wants to run.
Now here's Jackson. George with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Outside Jackson. 5 on the clock. Zubac trying to break loose. Jackson, that's good.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Here's George after Drew Holiday's score. Right side George to the middle. Here's Zubac. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Giannis against Leonard. Antetokounmpo, no good.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
The shot by George, wide open. Misses the 3. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Trailing by 2. 1:56 left in the first quarter of the game. Holiday with the 3. Giannis passes to Holiday. It's good from long range. Holiday's got 5 now.
This is where Holiday's really improved, working off ball and sinking jump shots.
Jackson looking around. Passes it to Leonard. Shoots the 3. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. For Milwaukee, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. We've got 1:18 left in the first. Kept alive. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Jackson misses. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Giannis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on George.
And attacking with all that length. When Giannis drives, he's either scoring or at least getting the foul.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. And there is a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That's his first foul. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Kennard for three. Here's Cousins. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
I like this. DeMarcus does a great job of getting involved off the pick and roll, and we know he can finish.
Forbes the pass to Portis. Here is Forbes, defended by Beverly, and Forbes kicks to Portis. Middleton for three. He can't get that one, and the Clippers will come the other way. Kennard the pass to Batum. 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The shot, no good. Here's Tucker. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Beverly.
That's nice defense by Bryn Forbes. He's a gamer. He's going to give you
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bucks lead by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on...
For me personally, I just...
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
They've got Kennard. Patrick Patterson is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum, and it's Beverly in at the point. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Middleton against Batum. Shots good by Middleton.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
Now here's Beverly. He's covered closely.
And if you let the little guy get airborne before you slide over to block him out, he can and will embarrass you on the boards.
And the Clippers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Both teams will make substitutions. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. George looking over the floor. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Shoots it up. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Bucks leading by 3. And Forbes kicks to Connaughton. Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. And there's the pass to Nwora. Back to Forbes. 5 to shoot. Here's Connaughton. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Outside for George. From past the arc. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Fires from deep. The rebound by the Bucks. 1:58 left in the first half.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Here's Connaughton, defended by George. And Tucker has it in the corner. Here's Connaughton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. From deep. And the Bucks miss again. The Clippers in the lead. Leonard the pass to Jackson. And a miss there on the triple. For Milwaukee, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Back to Connaughton. To end the drought. No good that time. George with the defensive effort. And now the Clippers on the break. And the wide open shot from Morris. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Here's Forbes over Jackson, and Forbes kicks it to Tucker. That 3 off the mark. Clippers leading by 4. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
The tray. Forbes can't get it to go.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
The 3 from George. That shot, no good. Can't hit that one. And so it's Los Angeles. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just... And that's a wrap with the...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint.
One of the stronger guards in the league. Holiday will take it up inside any chance you give him.
Holiday against Beverly. That one's not going to go. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubats is checked in for Cousins, and it's Batum in for Morris. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Antetokounmpo. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. From deep, George, the offensive rebound.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
And contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
So for the Clippers, Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard, and it's Kennard in for George. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. The difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Lopez inside, working on Zubac, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Beverly with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Patterson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
DiVincenzo finds Middleton. And stolen by Patterson. Kennard, the pass to Batum. This one for 3. Kennard's shot is off. Ball's knocked loose. Batum with the steal. To Zubac, lays it up off the glass. Zubac has got 6 points.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
DiVincenzo against Kennard. Kick out to Giannis. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Beverly, the pass to Patterson, and it's sent back by Lopez.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella. And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Beverly looking around. Pass to Zubac. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. And then for Milwaukee, P.J. Tucker comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Chris Middleton. And Patterson kicks to Beverly. Lets it go from deep. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Bucks trail by 3, pushing it up. Finished off the break. 8 points for him.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. This is his first free throw of the game.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line, so not exactly his best percentage.
An all-star, a leader, Drew Holiday can be counted on night in and night out to make a difference.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Holiday with the 3, and the Bucks miss again. The Clippers shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. And again, no good by the Clippers. Milwaukee's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. And that one misses. He hits the second from the line.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Outside, George. Looking to end the run, and it's George finishing it off.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll be back right after this. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Here's George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Good on the three-point shot. Leonard's got his first 3 points of the game.
The confidence Leonard shows from range now. You wouldn't know it was once a weakness.
Outside Holiday. Rebound by the Clippers. Morris has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Passes it to George. From the arc. And it's Leonard missing.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Holiday, the pass to Lopez.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And he makes the first.
And the key for Lopez is playing strong. When he does this, he makes an impact on both ends. That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Leonard on the wing, covered by Giannis. George, that's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Pulls up. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 6. Here's George. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one is on Holiday.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubats is checked in.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. And George, here we go. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I'll tell you, Kevin, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Bryn Forbes.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Middleton inside the three-point line. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range.
This is the shot you want to get him, an open look from range.
Holiday against Jackson, and stolen by DiVincenzo. And here comes the break. Pulls up for 3. It's hauled in by George. Los Angeles leading by 9. Here's Jackson. Rebound by Drew Holiday. And it's the Bucks on the break. Middleton with it. Leonard picks him up. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Middleton.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
A minute 20 left in the 4th quarter. And stolen by DiVincenzo.
This has reached desperation time for him.
For them to have a chance, everything has to go right on both ends from this point on.
Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 11 in the 2nd half.
It's one of those nights where George's number has been called time after time.
From deep onto the Antetokounmpo. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock. Leonard attacking. A 3 from Morris. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Milwaukee. 9-point game. And the rejection by Zubats. George with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. Jackson dishes to George. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And it's an 11-point Los Angeles lead.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And the long strides of Antetokounmpo, once he gets downhill, there's almost no stopping.
And that one's good, George.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
And when Morris is playing with intensity like this, his defense can...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Los Angeles, California. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on DA.
Well, guys, I'm very...
You certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the shooting guard. Now here's Covington, stolen by Zubac. George against Lillard, and there's Paul George on the assist by Leonard. George has got the opening field goal of the game for Los Angeles. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. Here's Zubac. Outside Jackson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Here's McCollum. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. It's McCollum with the drive, and it's good for 2.
And McCollum is remarkably quick. Love seeing him put it on the deck and finish at the rim.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. No good from outside. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And the pass to Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Lillard scanning the floor. 4 on the shot clock. And the shot goes in.
Entering the NBA, I knew he needed to develop his mid-range game. He did it, and it's opened things up for him.
Floats one up, and the layup good by George. George has got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
George against McCollum. Pass to Lillard. There's the dish to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Got to give Nurkic props. He's gifted at staying in control, even when he's under pressure.
George against McCollum. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Well, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
Yeah, we could feel that one all the way over here. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball. Lillard against George. And he converts the layup. George has got 8 points. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific play.
3 terrific kids. You're right. Offensive rebound. Nurkic. Covington wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Jackson against Lillard. Stolen by McCollum. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Finished off the break.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Now here is George. 8 points for him. Up top, Covington. Nobody near Lillard. McCollum. That shot off the mark. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside for George. Zubac trying to break loose. George, no good. Portland trailing here. And it's McCollum off the drive. In the corner, Powell with it. Over to the wing. Lillard up top, guarded by Jackson. Nice open look, but it's no good. A floater. That's good for George on the assist by Leonard. George has got 10 points.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Inside, here's Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
They've got Batum. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Kennard in at the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. That one drops for him.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Simons surveying the D. Cantor dishes to Anthony. And stolen by Cousins. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles from deep. A rebound by Simons. Trailblazers trail by 6. The drive by Cantor. He kicks to Powell. Back to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
When you pair Cantor's strong frame with his scorer's mentality, you get a guy that loves to dunk. Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a roll out on this team.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Tipped away. Rondo with the steal. Passes it to Cousins. Powell with the steal. Here's Simons. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Oh, you're right, and I love the opportunistic approach. These kinds of hustle plays can be game-changing.
And good that time.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position, only 6'3", but a natural two with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in violent from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point, though.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Now Jones. Nicholas Batum missing from long range. And here's Anthony from the arc. Doesn't go that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Beverly the pass to Rondo. From deep. Up again. Cousins on the follow. Cousins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Such a massive guy. Cousins is a wrecking ball on the glass.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Powell inside. Kennard covering. Cantor kicks to Jones. Back to Cantor. 3 on the clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Simons. Great tee that time from Rondo.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Now here's Rondo with some arc, and he lays it up and in. Rondo's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
Powell kicks to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
You're dealing with a lot when you're guarding Cantor. Big frame, good moves, good feet, good finisher, and doesn't mind the physical battles.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Derek Jones. Collum comes in for Norman Powell, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. Leonard hits them both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Nurkic finds Lillard off with the layup.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. 7-point differential. And a wide open look for McCollum. Offensive rebound. That shot is off. LA's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. The Trailblazers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Out to Anthony. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Stolen by Zubac. Got it off in time. The shot will not fall. And so it's Los Angeles. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sport. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 10 points and 1 assist. And that'll do.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Paul George really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points and close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard the pass to Powell. And the 3 off target.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
It's good. Leonard's got 6. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Reggie Jackson. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. A shot by Batum, no good. Stolen by Beverley. Leonard with no one around. No good on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. George passes to Morris. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Leonard. And it's Luke Kennard in for George. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the basket is good.
Amazing floor awareness from Cousins. Skilled at spotting the open man.
Here's Simons. Kicks to McCollum. And here's Kanter. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Trailblazers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the technical free throw is good.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Marcus Morris. So it's Portland now. The Clippers getting the bucket. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Kanter. Portland again missing. Clippers leading by 8. Kennard the pass to Batum. And he uses the glass on the layup. Batum's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The pass to Simons. There's 1:54 left in the third.
And look at Kanter rise up. Good anticipation for the big man to go for the alley.
To the inside, Cousins. In the corner, Kennard with it. Knocks down the 3 ball. Kennard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Jones dishes to Kanter. Back to Jones. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Rebound by the Clippers.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
Outside for Batum. Tries from 10. Rebounded by McCollum. Trailblazers trail by 11. Down low. Back to Jones. Simons the pass to Kanter. Jones in the post. Kennard covering. Jones against Kennard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Takes a three. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Beverly. Makes it off the glass. Beverly's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Even when contact comes Beverly's way, I mean, he's a pro at finishing, absorbing it so well on these shots.
McCollum outside. Misses there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers looking at a 13-point lead. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson, and it's Mann in at the 2. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Clippers leading by 13. Leonard looking over the floor. Mann can't hit. Anthony finds Powell. Pass to Nurkic. Outside Covington. Misses the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Leonard the pass to Zubac. It's good. Zubac has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for Los Angeles.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Now here's Lillard. Dishes to Covington. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And it's 6 points for Robert Covington.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Right side, George. Pass to Zubac. From down in the low post, it goes. And the Clippers lead by 15.
And that's why you don't let them get positioned deep in the post.
No, just too big of a threat down there. I mean, he has a number of go-to moves at his disposal.
Lillard with the bucket.
He's really turned it around here in the second half. I mean, his offense has returned.
Clippers leading by 13. Jackson passes to Mann and stolen by Lillard. Nurkic kicks to Covington. Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. You see a lot of this now.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Here's Lillard. The Clippers getting the bucket. Outside Covington. It's Powell on the wing. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, he doesn't play around. If the bucket's there for him, he's going to get it.
George against Anthony. Pass to Mann. 1:56 left in the game. There's the pass to Zubac. And they pick up 2. Zubac has got 6 points in the quarter.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, you can clearly see which offense is better right now. We'll see if that continues the rest of the way.
Now here's Lillard. The 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George. And Covington sends it back.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Clippers.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Wow, he owned this game. He never stopped working. He did it all for them, and you can't help but admire that kind of effort.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart. That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Here's the Clippers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Jackson looking around. Mann passes to George. Fires for three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Nurkic up top. Zubac's defending. Pass to Powell. Back to Nurkic. He feeds it to Powell. Portland moving the ball around. Leonard with the steal. Outside, George. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Even early on. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The activity in front of the... Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Oh, that was something else.
Have mercy.
Wow, looks like 2017 when DeAndre came home with the dunk contest trophy. Makes it look easy there.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Jordan with the rebound. Harris against Leonard. Harris dishes to Harden. Can't cash in from close range. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Tries again. Outside for George. To the paint. And stolen by Jordan. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. KD can't get it to go.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Los Angeles with another miss. Nets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Boy, you cannot let Kevin Durant have that much room to take off. This guy is tremendous as an alley-oop finisher.
George up top, covered by Irving. Here's Zubac, outside for George. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Inside. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Jordan. Nets passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up to the stripe. They get the rebound.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
And here's Los Angeles. 4-point game. George finds Zubac. Back to George. Beyond the arc. That one, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
KD's shot is good.
Look, Kevin Durant's looking at the defender like, hey, if you're going to give me that, I'm going to take it.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Morris, and it's blocked by Jordan. And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good with the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Nobody near Leonard. Cans it from downtown. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Clippers trail by 3. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Harris outside. Shoots the 3. Jordan inside. Zubac defending. Pass to Harris from downtown. And he's good on the 3-ball.
We all know Joe Harris is a dead-eye shooter from distance who helps space the floor. What a look.
Jackson against Harden. Outside for George. Shoots over KD. And here's Morris for three. Zubac trying to break loose. And that one goes long.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Outside Jordan. Passes it to Harris. Here's Irving. Fires the three. The shot off that time. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Nets out in front. They're up by 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Kennard. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Batum in at the 4 slot. That's a 2 from Kennard. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 4. Outside Irving. Kicks it to Green. The dish now to Brown. Back to Green. Here's the 3. But they get it back. The kick out to Irving. A second chance effort. That's tipped. And he recovers it. Back to Griffin. Tries yet again. And it's good on the way up. Griffin's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
And ever since entering the league, that's been one of Griffin's favorite ways to score, attacking that offensive glass.
Now Cousins. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Llewellyn. Kennard covering. Irving from long range. He doesn't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Beverley. And the Clippers miss again. And so Green will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Brown kicks to Green. Launches it. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Down low. Back to Beverley. A 3 ball. Los Angeles with another miss. Brooklyn leading by 6. Irving passes to Green. Back to Irving. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Batum kicks to Beverley. Releases. Here's Cousins. And it's Griffin with the rebound. The Nets have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Oh, Griffin in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And there's the feed to Batum. And that one is good. Batum's got his first points of the game.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Now here's Irving. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Just 5 to shoot. And here is Cousins. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Good work there as it goes. Now just a 2-point Nets lead.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Brooklyn's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Irving finds Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Injuries have taken a toll on Griffin as he's gotten older, but shouldn't take away from what he's done over the course of his career.
And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Green. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Durant's checked in for Bruce Brown. And James Harden has subbed in for Irving. The pass to Mann. No good on the shot. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Harris with it. From deep three-point range, Cousins pulls it in. Clippers trail by 4. Mann passes to Kennard. Hits the three-point bomb. Kennard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And for the Nets, they're shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Harris, bounce pass. Jordan against Patterson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 35 seconds left in the first half. Kennard against Durant. Shots good by Kennard. Here is Harden. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Outside Griffin. Back to Harden. At the elbow, Griffin. KD looking around. Clock at 6. The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
So he gets them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Now George jacks up a 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Nets lead by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here, welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening period. They were outscored. And
after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Brown out there with Harden. And there's Green, and it's Luwawu in at the 3 slot. And the wide open shot from Morris. Again, the miss by Morris.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
As unassuming as he looks sometimes, Kawhi Leonard finishes with authority off the dribble.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Marcus Morris.
Well, we've seen this one or two times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Right side Jackson. Pass to Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. 4 on the clock. Whoops, they pick off the pass. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Lobs it up for Jordan. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. That one goes in. George has got his second basket of the night.
Silky smooth jumper from Paul George, and he just lets it fly whenever he gets free from that spot.
Irving passes to Jordan. Harris outside. And the 3-ball is good. Harris has got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
And George kicks to Jackson. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. George against Irving. Shot clock at 5. George passes to Zubac. And he lays it straight in.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Harris missing again.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
George, no good.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Bounce pass from Durant, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Landry Shamit's checked in for Bruce Brown.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 6. Man. And Cousins kicks to Batum. Man passes to Batum. And it's off from 3-point range. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Cousins. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Yep, that one goes.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Batum against Durant. From deep. No good that time. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nets out in front, leading by 4. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th. Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Man in at the 3, the small forward. Clippers trail by 4. Kennard, the pass to Morris, and he banks in the layup.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Harden up top, defended by Beverly. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
And the Clippers call time here.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Thank you, David.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Nets leading by 4. Harris looking it over to the inside. Here's Claxton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
And the first one at the line is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Well, the critical free throw was the one to make it a 2-possession game, and he got it.
And Leonard gets it to go.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Now, here is Harden. Outside Griffin. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Clippers on the break. It's stolen by Harris. Claxton the pass to Harden. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
Free throw drops for Harden. And the Nets making a change here. Durant's checked in. Harden hits them both. Clippers trail by 5. And here's Jackson. Cousins with it. In the corner, it's Patterson. Shot clock at 6. Cousins finds Jackson. 14 feet away. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And the rejection by Leonard. Here's Jackson, and oh boy, a lot of contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Passes to Shamet. Durant with it, fires the 3, and the Nets miss again.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
The pass to Claxton, and he dunks it down.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Jackson kicks to George. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
Here is Harden. Pass to Durant. And it's good. 2 points.
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Irving comes in for Landry Shamet. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Patterson. Pass to Harden. Back to KD.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
Irving passes to Harden. From deep three-point range, that shot off. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They didn't make it. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for Everyone, now it's ended.
Hey, Kevin, thanks.
And David, he is just getting started. Great stuff, thanks as always. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the center, filling out the middle. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. The shot by Holiday, no good. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now here's Lopez. Outside Holiday. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Pass to Lopez. Stolen by George. Outside for Jackson. Off target with his 3.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
The shot missing. Good work defensively by Morris. And Leonard gets it to go.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Middleton against Leonard. Middleton the pass to Lopez. And it's sent back by Leonard. And now the Clippers on the break. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. For Milwaukee, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Morris against Antetokounmpo. Lopez outside. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose, and the Bucks miss again. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And there's Paul George on the assist by Leonard.
And George really good at recognizing his fast break opportunities and torching the defense with his speed and athleticism in transition.
It's stolen by Morris. And the Clippers another fast break opportunity here. Leonard against Middleton. And the wide open shot from Morris. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Absolutely awesome to watch Antetokounmpo rise up for these throwdowns. I mean, it's really quite easy for him.
Now here's Jackson. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Hey, offensive rebound. Positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
Here's George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 5 now.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Middleton. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Giannis. And the rejection by Zubac. Here we go, one-on-one. Morris outside. Lets the 3 fly. But they'll get another chance. Leonard kicks to Morris. Now the pass to George. 6 to shoot. Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Bucks trail by 6. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. On the wing, George. And here is Zubac. Jackson from long range.
You know, one of the things that makes Holiday such a terrific defender is his long arms. I mean, he excels at using them no matter who he's defending.
And so it's Los Angeles with their... And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me. I'm able to know where my team.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at the point guard.
And that corner 3, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes and makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And, Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example for all young players, through hard work, that short corner has become his bread and butter shot. Talk about a total transformation from no threes to being a dead-eye corner 3 shooter.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Now here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Stolen by Tucker. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. To the middle. Here's Connaughton. Banked in off the glass. Connaughton's got 5 now.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
At the elbow, Batum. Back to Beverly. Passes it to Mann. 6 on the shot clock. Over Holiday. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Bucks trail. Here is Forbes. Pass to Portis. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Mann. Back to Kennard. And that time, also a missed shot. For Milwaukee, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. The putback, it's good on the putback. Forbes has got the lead up to 3 now for Milwaukee.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Now, here's Beverly. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here is Forbes. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
George passes to Mann. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Now, here's Portis. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of the game. Back to Forbes. Lets it go with a 3. No good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Mann passes to George. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Outside Jackson. Tries from 7. Rebound, Milwaukee.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
On offense here, the Bucks. They're on an 11-3 run. Antetokounmpo against Morris. For 3, Middleton. Paul George grabs the miss. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Morris. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers. And he drains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They have a narrow 3-point lead. Kenny, how'd you feel about it? And that does it for our half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
And Antetokounmpo is an excellent penetrator. Moves as a man much smaller would. I mean, this guy's 7 feet tall with that kind of agility. Just finds ways to knife inside the lane and finish through contact. Really impressive.
And now the fast break. Middleton with the ball. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game. George against DiVincenzo. Jackson dishes to George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And he sinks the second. Bucks leading by 4. Now Holiday. Down low, Lopez. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Brook Lopez a little bigger and more of an offensive player than his brother Robin. But they've both turned into quality big men in this league. Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
There's Jackson with the 3. He can't get it to go. So Milwaukee will take it the other way.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Outside for Batum. Over Middleton. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
Here's Holiday. On deep. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers trail by 6. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Kennard kicks to Batum. Back to Kennard. Feeds it to Cousins. And that one, good. Cousins has got his first basket of the night.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Outside Holiday. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Batum wide open. He fires. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Bucks leading by 4. The feed now to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Pass to Batum. On the wing, Morris. Beverley, the pass to Cousins. Back to Beverley. High, arcing shot.
Great timing on Lopez's part there to swat down that attempt.
Beverley against Holiday. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Holiday. And Holiday is right there. Holiday's got the lead up to 8 now for the Bucks.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
Deep 2 from Beverley. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
Middleton for 3. Tips it up. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. And it's a 10-point Milwaukee lead.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Beverly looking around. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one is on Holiday.
Oh, I love the aggressive mindset Beverly has. I mean, that's really what makes him special. He's not afraid of getting bumped, especially when he's going to the bucket.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Chris Middleton. The wide open look here for Holiday. Offline with his three.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Outside for Rondo for three. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Milwaukee leading by 8. Fast break, here they come. And the layup's good off the glass.
Rondo going right through the contact and scoring there. He's a lot tougher than he looks.
Holiday with it. 5 points in the game. And there's the pass to Portis. Shoots over Zubac. No good off the back of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops.
There are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Holiday with the three. He's off on that one. Here's Leonard. The third quarter comes to a close. Milwaukee on top, up by 4. We've got more NBA back. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So for the Clippers right now, the 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Jackson is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Zubac in at center. DiVincenzo against Jackson. Pass to Holiday. Rondo with the steal. And here's Leonard from 3. It's rebounded by Portis.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Holiday inside the line. It's hauled in by George.
And, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Jackson.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Lopez is checked in for Milwaukee. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Jackson against Holiday for the three. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Holiday.
Boy, the big fella Lopez shoots that thing with great freedom from behind the arc. One of the best big men shooters in the league.
George looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. Outside for George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. And it's good off the back rim and in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And here's Holiday over Jackson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. First free throw is good.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
A different look for the Clippers. Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Pass to Leonard from outside the arc. That shot misses. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Here is Forbes. Outside Holiday. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. And the Bucks miss again.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to rein it in down the stretch here.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That shot missing. Nice D from Cousins. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
Bucks trail by 4. Holiday attacking. And that one, good.
With experience, skill, and ability, Holiday makes for the perfect go-to scoring option.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And Leonard gets it to go.
Beautiful pick by the big man, Cousins.
Now here is Holiday. The pass to Forbes. Back to Holiday. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound, Bucks. Clippers leading by 4. And here's Leonard from 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And they're pushing it up. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Outside, George. And then George with the jam.
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George, making it happen.
34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is Forbes, defended by George. Three-pointer, Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Good! good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Man, the attitude of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. Really what you want to see in your team's best player. He's a guy that doesn't back down when the game gets tight and things are on the line.
Passes it to Beverly. Over in the corner, Batum. Great look, but off the mark. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They break the heart. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony. And the starting lineups have concluded. So, hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2DA. It's all.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting 5. They've got Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the small forward position. Jackson kicks to Zubac. The 3 from Leonard connects from three-point range. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. With the teardrop. Up again. No good that time. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Powell. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
George. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Morris with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Jackson passes to George. Chalk up 2 there.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Here's Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. Lillard's got his second basket of the night.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind. Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
McCollum against George. Over McCollum. The shot by George, no good. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Kicks it out to Lillard. 1:43 left here in the first quarter. Morris with the rebound.
Now, there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 6 points.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Now here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. McCollum outside. It's Powell on the wing. Back to McCollum. It's Powell on the wing, defended by George. Powell dishes to Nurkic. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. We'll see if he can cash in now at the line.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Lobs it up for Kanter. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And while not a huge leaper, Kanter does have enough length and athleticism to make a play like that simple.
Passes it to Batum. Over Kanter. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Kennard in at the 3. Here is Rondo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Beverley. And no good. Excellent D from Kanter. Anthony with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Out to Anthony. Pass to Simons. Lobs it up for Kanter. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Batum. Lays it up and banks it in. Batum's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking jump shot. Gave a little pump fake and then off to the races.
To the inside. And stolen by Cousins. Batum against Anthony. A shot by Batum. No good.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Bucket is good. Rondo's got his first points in this one.
Right now, Rondo just cutting through there with not much effort, and the speed took over.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Clock at 6. Puts up a 3. They get it back.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Trail Blazers trail by 5. McCollum outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Kanter, great positioning on the putback.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Kanter also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
And the pass to Batum. There's the feed to Cousins. Batum attacking. Count that one. Batum's got 6 points.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Cantor. Knocked loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here's Mann. And it's Portland with the rebound. Three-pointer, Lillard. Gets a hand on it.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Los Angeles leading by 3. Left side, Jackson. Passes it to Leonard. Back to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. 2 free throws coming. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Covington against Morris. Over in the corner, Lillard. It's good. This game is all even. Lillard's got 9.
She's so good at rising, firing, and dismantling defenses.
It's all tied in Portland. And join us right back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sport. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. And he doesn't get talked about that much, but Yusuf Nurkic. Thanks for joining us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. McCollum outside. The pass to Powell. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Powell pulls it in. Portland trailing here. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Powell against Leonard. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 5. Covington trying to break free. The shot by Powell, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
There's Jackson with the three. The shot misses.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the game tied up here for Portland.
Got to put a body on Nurk, just too big down low.
Outside, George. Morris outside. George passes to Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George. Morris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Lillard with it, guarded now by Morris. A shake. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Lillard.
I don't think he even feels that kind of contact. His focus is just too good inside. Nothing a defense can do.
Outside, George. There's the triple. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Pop. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Over Morris. The shot by Powell, no good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Out to Morris. There's the three. Sinks the three-pointer. Morris has got 6 points in the quarter.
And the one thing about Morris, it doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for it.
Lillard against Jackson. Here's Nurkic with nobody on him. He parries the jumper. Nurkic has got 10 points. The Clippers in the lead. 1:05 left in the third quarter. George passes to Zubac. Back to George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Lillard outside. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one. The three from George. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Covington with it. Guarded now by Morris. Tries it from 9. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Covington.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
Lillard surveying the D. Here's Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got 8 points here in this quarter. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers ahead. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Trailblazers trail by 3, taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. The shot's good from Cantor.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
And Los Angeles guys shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Kennard on the wing. Here's Mann, defended by Jones. Mann passes to Batum. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from Anthony.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
Count the basket. Kennard's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Cantor against Rondo. To the wing right side. Beverly for three. A rebound by Simon. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Jones finds Cantor. Right side Jones. Five to shoot. And Cantor throws it down.
Using some brute force to take it strong to the rack. Cantor leaving nothing to chance.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. From deep. Rondo, no good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
Here's Simon. Here's Cantor. Over to the left wing. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Rondo. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Rondo's got it all tied up now for the Clippers. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Dishes to Cantor. He kicks it to Anthony. Cantor inside, defended by Batum. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in, and the Clippers with a change here too. Zubats is checked in. Rondo wide open. Offensive rebound, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Patrick Beverly, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Jackson has the open look, and the Clippers miss again.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one. Look at your watch. It's Lillard time.
Clippers trail by 4. And George kicks to Jackson. Leonard on the wing. Passes it to George. Zubats trying to break loose. George, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Powell, the pass to Covington. Lillard against Jackson. Inside. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard. And Covington sends it back. It falls. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lillard. Yes!
Give them credit. They worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
George against McCollum. The offensive rebound outside Leonard. From deep three-point range. No good there.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.